Your lights are on. Goeienaand, Sawubona, Dumelang. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 Annual TuksSport Colors and Awards evening. We are glad once again to have an in-person awards function where we really celebrate and honor the performance of our athletes, coaches, and administrators, and of course, our teams. This evening serves as a reflection of the powerful reminder of the immense contribution of each and every single TuksSporting code that has made success in our national South African teams, a true testament of dedication, excellence, and a spirit of rising together. A round of applause. We would love to hear from you throughout the evening. Join the conversation on our social media platform using the hashtag TuksSport or hashtag TuksSportAwards. I mean, tag or tweet, and just make sure it is across your different social media platforms because we will be engaging with you throughout the evening and sharing, of course, all your highlights of this prestigious evening. In case of any medical emergency, our friends in Med are on duty and can be found in front of the hall. The venue has a number of emergency exits with 2 at the back and of course 2 in front. The venue, ladies and gentlemen, I will be your program director tonight, and of course it is my pleasure to call up our Vice Chancellor of the University of Pretoria, Professor Francis Peterson, to share a few words.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me first extend a warm welcome to everyone in this hall. I must say you all look extremely, extremely beautiful. I sometimes don't recognize either staff or students when I see them entering. So I would like to break the ice and say to you, let's give yourself a hand of applause for how beautiful you look like this evening. There are a special group of people that I would like to recognize this evening that are present. We have representatives from BestMed. Obviously, TuksSport is very important. We have the representatives from the HPC, the High Performance Computing Center. There's also an acronym in the academic part, which is APC. We stand for High Performance Computing. And then also the Tuks High School, that's also here. Then there are the wonderful coaches, and I'll come back to the coaches a little bit later. They're here in the hall as well. And then our shining athletes. You actually are our guest of honor this evening. And it's great to welcome you to this Tuks Colors Award function event for 2025. It's for us important to have an event like this to celebrate the achievement of our super athletes. You know, when we talk about celebration of achievements of the top athletes at the University of Pretoria, there's one word that actually comes to mind, and that's the word of excellence. Last night we had the Academic Achievers function where we recognize and celebrate the achievements of academics. And I said to them that there's one word, one value that we must and will not compromise, and that's the value of excellence. And that value of excellence cut across everything that the University of Pretoria is doing. And tonight we celebrate the focus on sport and the contribution of the excellence through sport. Not only celebrating the achievements of the athletes in sport, but also celebrating what sport contributes to building the super institution. And when we're talking about sport, I don't know whether you know, but the University of Pretoria is this year 117 years old. And 116 of that 117 years, TuksSport started. So they almost started at the same time when the university started. And therefore, if they started so close to one another, one could actually say that TuksSport is part of the DNA of the University of Pretoria. And the powerhouse, the development of TuksSport over these 116 years has just been amazing. The impact and the credibility and the way that the outside world look at TuksSport is fantastic. Whether it's in South Africa, whether it's on the continent, or whether it's in the globe. And it's athletes like yourself here this evening, and those super athletes, shining athletes, that were here in these halls in the years before, that are now in the Hall of Fames of TuksSport, that has contributed to TuksSport being such an impactful entity, an impactful player in the world. And that achievements, whether it is in women's rugby, whether it's in archery, whether it's in swimming, whether it's in athletics. In fact, we offer more than 30 sporting codes at the University of Pretoria. And what I've heard is there's almost about 9,000 student athletes that on a weekly basis work and walk and engage through TuksSport, which is such an amazing opportunity, not only for the athletes, but also an amazing opportunity where the athletes put the University of Pretoria at that level where people outside could say, well, I would like to study at the University of Pretoria. And talking about study, we can't really disconnect sport from the academic. There's a term that we often use, we call student athlete, and that is to make that link, how important the academy is in your journey to become a super or shining athlete. And we recognize that. We recognize that that is a dual relationship, a relationship where the individual benefit, but we also would like the individual yourselves to leave the University of Pretoria, not only as an Olympic athlete, but also as an Olympic athlete that is a UP, University of Pretoria alumnus that have got a qualification that could also enter the world of work. And therefore, in our new strategy that we are developing for the University of Pretoria, which will start in 2026, next year, and the strategy will run over 12 years to the year 2038. And in 2038, if you do your calculations correctly, you will know that in 2038, University of Pretoria will be 130 years old. And that's a strategy where, as we grapple and give input from students, from staff, from alumni, from our council, from our partners outside of the university, the one part that always was emphasized in the input was to say you can't have a strategy if you don't have sport as a central component built into that strategy. And indeed, sport is built into that. And the University of Pretoria will continue to ensure that we build, not only for South Africa, obviously firstly for the University of Pretoria, but not only for South Africa and the continent and the world, good, excellent, shining stars that can perform on the world stage. So finally, let me focus on you, our honorees this evening, our heroes and heroines that really has shown dedication, passion, commitment, resilience, and those are characteristics that we would like to say should be inherent to every staff and student member at the University of Pretoria. But you have shown what the outcome, what the success could be if you make use of those characteristics, attributes, to be able to ensure that it's not only about hard work, it's hard work and more hard work, more commitment, resilience. And I want to salute you as particular winners this evening, particular heroes and heroines this evening, that not only have shown to the university community what those characteristics, those attributes can produce, but you also have shown and have put the University of Pretoria at a global level, and that is where the university should belong. But more so, you have created a platform for other young athletes, student athletes, to enter the University of Pretoria and know that because you have made it, because you have made a success, we can make it too. So to all of you, hearty congratulations. We're very proud of you, and we're going to enjoy the evening with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Peterson. We truly appreciate your words and passion here for TuksSport at the University of Pretoria. Shines in everything you do. If you could ask to make sure that you have your cell phones on silent, remember that this is a smoke-free area. Please use the designated areas outside. And of course, the use of e-cigarettes is also not permitted in the venue. Should we have any power outages, the standby generator will come on in just a few minutes. On your table, you'll find some wine, juice, and as well as water from our friend Aquila, and the wine is from Matt and Co. A cash bar is available for anyone who wants anything additional. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to just take a moment to charge your glasses as we really prepare to kickstart our evening. And I just want to share with you that tonight we'll be sharing several prizes courtesy of our sponsors today: Aquila, Puma, Spark, and USA. Just to break the news a little bit, it is only for our recipients. So today you will have received a pamphlet that gives you allocation for your table with your recipient number. So if your number is an R followed by a numerical digit, you are eligible tonight to win those awesome prizes. And of course, our very first prize tonight, thank you Naira for joining us. We are going to run a draw. It is courtesy of Aquila. We are giving four, ladies and gentlemen, hampers from Aquila, key bags. Are we ready? Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Recipient 181, are you in the house? Recipient 181. Going once, going twice, come through. Recipient 181, your final call. Alrighty, recipient 149. 149. Did we lose our numbers? Alrighty, we're gonna rock and roll, drum roll. Recipient 5. 5 should definitely be in the house. Recipient 5. Please look on your cards. Recipient 5. 286. Recipient 286. Oh, I am keeping those prizes to myself. Recipient 286. 92. 92. Do we have 92? Oh, I almost thought it came from table 10. Recipient 245. 245. magic. Recipient 89. 89. We have our very first winner come through. Recipient 171. 171. Recipient 143. For the final one, recipient 143. Recipient 143. 143. Oh, they're saying 341. Let's try your number out. Recipient 222. I am trying my best here, trust me. Recipient. One more back to go. Is it you at the back? All right, we have our final winner for tonight. A big thank you to Aquila for their generous sponsorship for our very first giveaway tonight. Next, we are going to start with our first group for our special annual awards, preceded by a reflection from Mr. Stephen Paul, Director of TuksSport and Acting CEO of the High Performance Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been looking at your starters and you're probably wondering when we're going to feed you. You may actually have your starters now. I think they'll be more entertaining than I will be over the next few minutes. Please feel free to enjoy your starters this evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, colleagues, partners, sponsors, and most importantly, our student athletes. A special word of appreciation to our Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Pretoria, Prof. Francis Peterson, for joining us this evening. VC, I know your diary is not your own, but we truly appreciate the fact that you're able to take time this evening and also for your words that you shared with us a little bit earlier. To the deans of the faculties that are present and that are representing the various faculties this evening, to the directors and colleagues within the various UP professional service departments, thank you for your support of what I'd like to call our academic sporting project. A special word of welcome in particular to representatives of the City of Tshwane, along with long-standing partners and sponsors here this evening, in particular BestMed, our sponsor over many years and the sponsor this evening. Also, a special word to one of our new sponsors that joined us this year as the title sponsor for our Tux race and the night race, SAPI. Andre Urose and team, a huge welcome, and thank you for buying into our dreams that we have for the race. To our various club partners, sponsors, and in particular to all our amazing partners and sponsors who have collaborated with us this evening, to you we extend a warm word of welcome and gratitude. The only way that sport can survive in our country is through strong collaborations and the efforts of many. Included in this list of key partners this evening is USA, University Sport South Africa, and in particular I'd like to say thank you to the CEO of USA, Ms. Marissa Lamgeni, for also joining us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's both an honor and a privilege for me to stand before you tonight as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of the TuksSport community. This evening is not only about medals and accolades, but it's about the spirit, resilience, and excellence that define the striped generation. Over the past year, TuksSport has continued to cement its position as a leader in university sport. not only in South Africa, but also across Africa and on the global stage. Our reputation for excellence in both elite and recreational sports sets us apart, in my view. And this is a direct result of the vision, the commitment, and the hard work of everyone in our sporting ecosystem. At the heart of our journey is a very clear and powerful purpose, which is to be meaningful in our impact, where we use sport as our launch pad, and it's rooted on a value system that is embedded in our culture of being part of the striped generation. This purpose drives everything we do, from nurturing talent and building inclusive opportunities, to celebrating victories and learning from challenges. It connects us, it inspires us, but it also keeps us grounded in our shared identity. Guided by this purpose and supported by our vision and mission, we are focused on strengthening the overall organization and how we do business, the efficiency and stability thereof. We honor the rich heritage that the VC also spoke about, while we embrace the diversity and the dynamics that our community has. Above all, we remain committed to developing active citizens through sport. Our student athletes, they continue to inspire us, not only through their performances on the field, but also through their academic achievements. Whether competing internationally, representing UP Tux 1, or participating recreationally, each of you contribute to the vibrant tapestry of TuksSport. Tonight, we celebrate you all. Recreational sport has also flourished through the vibrant TuksSport campus leagues, which is run in partnership with the very key committee at the University of Pretoria, the Student Sport Committee. Thousands of students from residences, day houses, societies, faculties have participated in a variety of sporting clubs, including rugby, netball, hockey, football, basketball, tennis, and many more. These leagues are more than just games. They are vital social and wellness outlets that enrich the student life. In competitive sport, our UP athletes have excelled in inter-student and inter-university competitions, including USA, Varsity Sports, and Varsity Cup. Their achievements, their medals, their top 3 finishes, their national selections are testament to the strength and consistency of our programs. At the World University Games this year in Germany, UP Tux athletes and coaches and team managers, that was a final number of 35 members of Team South Africa. They contributed to 6 of Team SA's 15 individual medals, an incredible 40%. And through these achievements, we were able to also help Team South Africa secure the 7th place overall on the medal table. But these challenges do come with financial realities. Many of our athletes are funded through NSFAS or bursaries, yet the cost of participation remains a challenge. It's a challenge we have to face together, where we innovate, we collaborate, and through strategic partnerships we can find solutions. Behind every success is a network of dedicated professionals, and in our instance, it is exactly that. It's the coaches, the sports scientists, the medical teams, the administrators, and the various UP support services across the different departments. Your tireless efforts creates the high-performance environment that allows our athletes to thrive. We are deeply grateful for the support that we receive from the UP leadership, the executive, from our faculties, departments, and all the way trying to help our student athletes balance the tough demands of academics and sport. We also acknowledge the many unsung heroes, those who work behind the scenes, often in silence, from the early mornings to the late nights, in the lecture halls and the offices, on the fields and in the various facilities of the university. You create the safe, nurturing environment that makes success possible. A special word of appreciation to my colleagues at TuksSport, the HPC, and TuksSport High School. To the Expo members, Colin, Gary, Joshua, Marie, Nicola, your support in us leading the direction of sport at UP is invaluable. And to the colleagues across our clubs, our various units, divisions and programs, please know that you are valued and appreciated more than you may realize. In 2025, over 290 student athletes graduated from UP. These are student athletes that at some stage during the course of their degrees represented a UP Tux 1 team at inter-university competitions, senior provincial teams, or international teams. These individuals have moved into the market as doctors, engineers, educators, and business professionals. This is the true legacy of TuksSport, developing well-rounded individuals who are able to help shape the future of our country. Strategic partnerships are vital to our long-term sustainability. As I mentioned, the rising costs place strain on our clubs and athletes, but with the right partners, we can build sustainable sport programs and develop reliable funding streams. So sustainability will remain a central priority for us as we go into the future. As UP continues to invest in optimizing its sports system, we remain focused on developing talent, building resources, and creating inclusive opportunities. With strong leadership support, we believe that we can pursue our goal of being Africa's leading university sports program, which is driven by sustainable, diverse, and high-impact operations. I'd like to come to the end of this with a quote by the famous footballer Pelé, which I believe summarizes what it's all about. He said, "Success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love for what you're doing." In closing with these few words that I've shared this evening, tonight for me is about a celebration of excellence, a celebration of perseverance, and a celebration of unity. So to our student athletes, thank you for representing UP with pride. To our staff, partners and supporters, thank you for your unwavering commitment. Together we are building a legacy that will inspire future generations. Congratulations to all our award recipients this evening, and let us continue to dream big, to work hard, and ultimately wear the stripe with pride. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick off with our first batch of awards, and for the first two sets of awards, I'd like to please call upon two of my colleagues, Dr. Abby Mateja and Mr. Ndiwe Soizwapi. Dr. Abby is to the stage to join me here. Dr. Abby Mateja is the Director for Department Enrollment and Student Admin, and Ms. Soizwapi, the Director of Library Services, and they will help me hand over the following awards. Thank you, colleagues. For the Student Administrator of the Year. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, unless it's changed, Armand van der Kolf is not able to attend. I believe he's actually part of the Varsity Esports, I think, this evening, that they're competing. So Varsity Sport, Tux Esports. Armand van der Kolf has been instrumental in elevating Tux Esports. Under his leadership over the last number of years, the team has placed third overall out of 15 universities at the prestigious USA Esports LAN competition. This is an achievement that reflects across multiple gaming disciplines. The Rocket League team claimed top honors the moment, our teams have been also competing in the new varsity esports competition that kicked off this year. Armand is also a final year BSc computer science student, and he's definitely driven the increased participation, visibility, and recognition for esports within the university. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if we have someone who can join me from esports, but I think they're actually not busy this evening. But Armand van der Kolf is the winner this evening of the Student Administrator of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the second award for the evening, and if I could please ask Mr. Johan Visser to please come to the stage from Tux Fencing. Behind the scenes, continuing to support us. During Johan's tenure, defined by passion, humility, and impact. And when you ask him, what does he enjoy the most, what's the most rewarding, he always says it's the smiles when he sees fencers winning their first medal after they were introduced to the sport. Just under his leadership, Tux Fencing was the first TuksSport national fencing club to resume full training under COVID, for example. He oversaw the complete refurbishment of the fencing hall, including new surfaces and the installation of a celebrated wall of fame. His leadership has also seen the growth of the school outreach program, which has expanded both the club and sport across Gauteng. And many of these athletes have gone on to represent our club locally, nationally, and globally. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we celebrate Mr. Johan Visser. And Mr. Garfield Tiernes, the Interim Director of Facilities Management, but more importantly, the Head of Res for the TuksSport Village, to join me on stage to hand over these awards. Tonight we honour the Tux Rowing Women's Crews for their unwavering pursuit of excellence and the inspiring representation of female sports at UP. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award this evening is going to be for Club of the Year. And if I could please ask representatives of Tuks Swimming to join me on stage. As South Africa's premier swimming club, their athletes and coaches have consistently delivered world-class performances, earning medals at every major national and international competition. The club's coaches are continuously representing our country on various national teams, including the World University Games and World Championships. And this includes coaches, for example, Keenan Riffel and Rocco Meyring, just to mention a few. Management of the club overall. At the South African National Aquatics Champs this year, Tuks Swimming claimed 62 medals, including 24 golds. They claimed 56 medals, including 19 gold at the recent SA Short Course Nationals. And Tuks Swimming was again crowned overall champions at the USA National Champs. The performances also extending to the open water space, with our swimmers claiming various national titles and top 3 finishes at the National Open Water Championships. And currently I know we actually have swimmers up in Africa competing in open water. Tuks swimmers medaled at the World University Games, the World Aquatics Championships, and several continental African competitions, both in the pool and open water. Ladies and gentlemen, that showcases the club. The winners of Club of the Year 2025 is Tuks Swimming. So ladies and gentlemen, for the next set of awards, may I please invite the Vice Chancellor and Principal, Prof. Peterson, the captain of our UP ship, to please join me on stage. And for the first awards, these are the Principal's Awards, but for the first one I'd also like to invite Professor Irma Elof, the former Dean of Education, also a former long-serving board member of TuksSport High School, but more importantly, the current president of the Tuks Rugby Club, to join the VC on stage to hand this over.
I probably let you down, but that's enough for me.
He's showcased exceptional skill, courage, and tenacity. And can I ask representatives of the Tuks Women's Rugby Program, both the 15s and the 7s, to please join us on stage. Tackles, their strategic play, and they've definitely made a mark in both formats of the game. The 15s team this year made history by reaching both the Varsity Cup and USA Championship finals for the first time. The only university to do so. Demonstrating championship spirit, the team successfully defended their title in the Bulls Rugby Union's Women's Colton League, the first for the club. In the 7s format, Tuks triumphed at the USA tournament, clinching victory in a thrilling last minute. Their dominance was also evident in how they scored 192 points and 32 tries across 6 matches. Their performances extend both beyond the local and the national boundaries, with them also competing as a 7s team in various international competitions and claiming numerous wins. Tuks Women's Rugby continues to raise the bar, embodying excellence and resilience. Their achievements across the entire program this season marks a new era of success. Congratulations, Tuks Women's Rugby. Thank you, sister. next set of awards is a special set of awards. And could I please ask the Dean of Health Sciences to please join the VC, Professor Flavia Senkubuche, to join Prof. Peterson for the next set of awards. So ladies and gentlemen, this set of awards, there's no specific winner, but through these awards we want to showcase the excellence in both academics and sport. And it's been mentioned, I think, on a few occasions already this evening. So this evening there's a few recipients of the Principal's Award for exceptional performance in both academics and sport. And I ask that they come to the stage as I read out their biographies. Unfortunately, the First Lady is not able to attend. She's currently actually playing a cricket match, Professor. So, Gandhi Jafta Tuks Cricket. She exemplifies the spirit of determination and endured excellence. She's a PhD candidate in mathematical statistics at UP, and she's definitely following a path less travelled. Her journey does not end in the lecture hall. As a passionate cricketer who's represented the Tuks women cricket team for 7 years, in a recent series between the SA emerging side and Bangladesh, she scored the top innings of 51 and delivered the best bowling figures of 2 for 12. She continues to play for the Titans women's team. She's a shining example of how intellectual brilliance and athletic talent can thrive together. Gandhi Jafta. Next recipient, Eckhart Potgieter from Tuks Athletics. Eckhart, could please come to the stage. Eckhart exemplifies both excellence on and off the track. He is pursuing a master's degree in strategic management, where his thesis is actually focused on the strategic implementation and resource allocation within South African athletics clubs and sports federations. A sprinter who continues to improve year on year, he has consistently bettered his 200-meter time and has made great strides in his 100. His dedication was evident at the USA Champs, where he was a strong contender for the gold before a hamstring injury cut his race short. His performances, though, led to a selection for Team SA at the World University Games, where he made the final in the 200-meter. Balancing academic rigor with elite performance, he believes that you can't neglect either your studies nor your sport. Eckhart Potgieter. To join because the next two recipients come from your faculty. The next recipient is Dr. Edwin Tull. There he is. There we go. Tuks Rugby. It's no exaggeration to say that Edwin has mastered the art of scoring tries during his time representing Tuks Rugby. In this year's Varsity Cup, he crossed the try line 3 times. In the previous season, he scored 10 tries for us, the highest by any Tuks player that season. Yet he remains humble and attributes much of his success to the team's collective effort. Beyond the field, Edwin exemplifies the spirit of being a true student athlete. He earned his degree at the end of 2024 in dentistry, hence Dr. Tull, from UP, and he's furthered his education this year with a postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship, which he believes he can tie the two together in his journey one day as a medical professional. While rugby remains his passion, Edwin's long-term vision is to make a meaningful impact in the field of dentistry. Dr. Edwin Tull. And the final recipient this evening for this award, I'm still trying to get used to the surname, Shanae Duplessis. You can please come to the stage. Tuks Athletics. Okay. Shanae Duplessis exemplifies the true spirit of excellence both on and off the track. A dedicated fifth-year medical student, she maintains an impressive academic average, all while training rigorously performances saw her selected for Team SA to the World University Games, where she made the final, as well as achieving her full Protea colours at the World Athletics Championships this year. She acknowledges the long hours and sacrifices required, but credits her success to the unwavering support of all of those around her. Shanae Duplessis. So to all the recipients of the Vice Chancellor Principal's Award for Academic and Sporting Excellence, congratulations. Thank you, Prof. Peterson and Prof. Sekimuge. And I'll hand back over to Alice.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen Paul, and what an incredible way to kickstart our awards evening. If I could please ask recipient 1 to 74 to please go to the foyer, 1 to 74 to please go to the foyer. And of course, tonight it is a night of giving. We are going to hand out our next hamper, and if you please come through. This is an air fryer courtesy of Spa. And of course, a huge thank you to Spa for always adding freshness to your community, and of course, supporting sports and excellence beyond the shelves. Remember, number 1 to 74 to the foyer, please. Drum roll, recipient 17. Recipient 263. 263, are you in the house? I wish I could call you by name. Alright, recipient 114. 114, are you in the house? Recipient 273. The air fryer is coming your way. Recipient 8. Don't worry, even if they're in the foyer, they'll be here. Recipient 8. Recipient 239. 239. 240. 290. 290, we've got 290 around the floor. Just when I hope the air fryer is coming my way. Do make sure while you edit, to make sure that you follow TuksSport on our different social media platforms. You can find us on X, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on Instagram. Do make sure that tonight you engage with us using the hashtag TuksSport Awards or hashtag TuksSport. Do make sure that you follow us so that we can tag you. And keep yourself informed with highlights, athlete stories, and of course sporting achievements throughout the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon Deputy Director of Coaching and Performance Management, Ms. Nicola McLeod, to announce the national representatives.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again my privilege to be announcing the Senior National Performers for 2025. Could I ask Andre Oberotza, our SAPI Executive Member, as well as Prof. Krista Janssen van Rensburg, to please join me on stage to hand over to the recipients. This year, each representative has been gifted with a rose from Pick a Rose, and they have carefully selected the colours to represent our stripe. And they give this message to our athletes. The colour red represents your passion for sport and your passion for the stripe, symbolising a strong bond, connection, and your commitment as an athlete. Blue, symbolising one's uniqueness, the ability to achieve to what many may seem impossible. Yellow symbolizes friendship and togetherness, a celebration that sport can make life a whole lot better, especially if you're wearing a stripe. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior national representatives, I'm going to give them a couple of more minutes just to make their way up. So as you may have noticed, sport does not keep office hours. So unfortunately, a number of our representatives are away on various training camps and competitions, but to honour them, we will still call out their names this evening. Good, it looks like we're ready. So starting off with our senior national representatives in aquatics for swimming, Peter Kutsia. On to aquatics, water polo, Tia Caswell. Shakira January, Luca Renka, and then moving on to archery, Hendrey Verwoof. On to athletics, track and field, Shanae Duplessis, Maronay Ferry, Colette Ace, Hannah Fanika, Marley Fullion. Cricket, I'm going to read their names. Unfortunately, they are all unavailable this evening. Corbin Bosch, Dewald Brevis, Caitlin Henry, Heinrich Klaassen, Sunay Lewis, Aidan Markram, Lungi Ngidi, Luhandre Pretorius. Onto football, Isabella Ludwig, Simonile Bakwanzi, Sianda Masani, Notanda Pata, Talia Smith. For golf, Kamozo Longway. Going on to hockey, Calvin Davis, Caitlin Denbacker, Syrian Fareed, Tegan Fareed, Lerato Maole, Edith Molikwe, James Seal. And on to judo, Catalina de Oliveira, Shanae Risi, Levin Julia Jin, Timothy Newson. For netball, Kamokelo Masepo. Shantay Skrelo, Jamie van Veen, Ina Marie Venter. For rugby, Jackie Sears, Bahandre Dolf, Johanna Toorlaar, Libby Jansen van Rensburg, Shaniqua Lamprecht, Ulrich Lowe, and Zander Reinders. We're now going on to our national coaches and managers. For aquatics, Rocco Marin. Matthew Randall. For athletics, track and field, Maritza Kutsia, Irma Reinica, Mzamo Sapeng, Constant van Rooij. For cricket, Kriya van Wyk. For fencing, Andre Hofrich. Second year wild practice. For football, Sepho Malobi. For hockey, David Leach. Lucy Zondi. And finally, for netball, Jenny van Dijk. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them one last round of applause. And before you leave the stage, if I can please ask everyone to stand if you are able for the singing of the national anthem.
Ovua will continue to keep us wonderfully entertained. May I request that our VIP tables proceed to the buffet first. Once the queue moved along, all guests are welcome to make their way for their meal as well. Ovua, over to you.
Wandile. our award recipients as I begin to call them up to collect their awards. Starting us off is Best Participating Structure of the Year. And the award goes to Housemates. Now moving on to the next award. The award for Innovation and Inclusivity of the Year goes to College. The award is for Best Social Media Presence of the Year. And the award goes to Aston Hof. Congratulations, Aston Hof. Moving on to the fourth award. The award for Mixed Structure of the Year goes to Tusenu. Congratulations to Zeno. Moving on to our fifth award. The award for Best Male Structure of the Year goes to House Mobile. Moving on to the final award. Collecting twice for Female Structure of the Year goes to Aston Hof. This concludes the end of my segment. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
I hope that you enjoyed your food, and thank you to our caterers for TuksSport. I just want to say, wow, what a very special performance from a UP Obua cultural ensemble. Can I hear it for Obua? They've really kept us entertained throughout out this evening. If I could kindly please ask recipients 76 to 177 to please go to the foyer. 76 to 177 to please go to the foyer. We now move over to our Student Sports Award segment. Please join me in welcoming Sylvester Similane, the Vice Chairperson of the Student Sports Committee, to the stage to present the awards. Not now. This is just to motivate you to remain seated throughout the night as we honor all our athletes today. We will go straight to another giving moment with the Puma. Nadia, are you ready? Alright, let's see. Remember, it is only eligible for recipients. 77. And this one, I hope it is in the house, 43. 43! The quickest winner tonight. Congratulations. And a huge thank you goes out to Puma for standing alongside TuksSport and our athletes with pride and with passion. And an interesting one indeed. They said 77 was the first one. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to call up the presenter, Mr. Manda Mdanga from Tuks Rugby, who is a national age group representative as team manager for the SA Under-18 International Series. May I also ask that Ms. Marissa Lange, CEO of University Sports South Africa, and Mr. Jack Ferreira, the Director of Legal Department, to please join us.
Thank you, Alice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start with the National Federation Representatives category. Aquatics, life-saving. Aiden Boardman. Aiden Bowes. Orchid Fiscaldi. Aquatics, parachuting. Nathan Hendricks. Archery, Seppi Saliers. Renard Fittebeva. Cricket, Scott Engberg. Gandhi Yafta. For judo, Billy Lee Wilson. Tegan Mahaba. Moachi Mulefe. Devon Scott. Rowan de Blanche. Bertrand van Rensburg. For karate, Osandro Bergioni. In the category National Age Group Representatives, Aquatics, Water Polo, Connor Flynn, Caitlin McMurray, Tori Vogue. For athletics track and field, Mia Lawford. Colleen Scampers. Anton Sitka. For cricket, Blanche Conradi. Italo Patrinsana. Joey Faskave. Sandiswa Yeni. For hockey, Daniel Denmarker, Bailey Edwards, Emily McQuaid, Paige Silas, Johannes Kuhl, Liliane Teron, Anya Trump, Julie Vogel. For judo, Tomisani Bobby, Kyla Dari. For karate, Bianca Kobolari, Kakeho Bului. For netball, Jane Atkins, Kyla Davis, Zion Krobler, Ari Jacobs, Luca Kuhn, Nakupego Jalisa, Popi Nabatagana, Anya van Yever, Kiara van Yedden. For rowing, Chloe Criswell, Janae Rasmus, Tato Mukwena. For rugby, Roland Foucher, Madlam Dan, Kobus van Dijk. For ultimate, Dean Zartman. For volleyball, Luca Klausman. If I could please ask the recipients number 162 to 300 to go to the foyer now, please. The World University Games, which took place in Germany this year, TuksSport proudly made up more than 20% of the team South Africa, and by far the biggest representatives of any institution. We will ask these recipients to remain on stage when they receive their awards. In the category World University Games, aquatics, swimming, Kermit Kasali, Peter Kutsea. It is also worth mentioning Peter was recently awarded the diploma of FISU record. So I think we can give a round of applause. Zayn Kutsea, Stephanie Holtman, Arun Kriya, Away to the hand. Dave Morin, Kate Meyer, Bjorn Klanger, Anna Pierce, Matthew Randall, Keelan Rifle, Hannah Robertson, Sean Thomas. For archery, Joanne Kutsea, Gerda Rue, Vian Rue, for athletics track field, Shanae Duplessis, Janita Eva, Anastasia George, Karabo Mailula, Eka Potgieter, tennis, Carla van den Berg, Hannah van Niekerk, Marlie van Nieuw. Moving on to basketball, Tesla Davids, Torisa Kotsari, Tanda Kwayema, Caroline May, Ellen Mamecha, Matthew Williams. For fencing, Christian Bester. And then the following recipients were part of the support staff, starting with Dr. Marcel Brewster, Nadia Crow, Sadet Fatseo. For rowing, Jordan Craig, Pumlele Chabalala, Courtney Wesley, Catherine Williams. For tennis, Kyla Yeverton Gerard. Can I also please ask recipients 178 to 312 to go in the back? Okay. In the category of the USA national representatives, basketball, Tuto Mukhodzi. Squash, Kona Earl. Nikhil Petha. Laura Patrick. Megan Shannon. As they remain on the stage, let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
None of us are tied down.
And also, as I said earlier, I'd like to call on Peter Hutsia to the stage quickly. Okay. So this is a certificate I spoke about, the diploma of the official record. Congratulations, Peter. So just would like to request the recipients 178 to 3112 to go back stage, please. can I please request the recipients number 178 up to 312 to please go to the back now, please. Thank you. Start again from recipient number 182. Corner orbiting. Gary orbiting. Finally. Lilian orbiting. Hannah Andrews. Telly Baptiste. Kia Winsbergen, Mika Winsbergen, Aiden Bowman, Joan Bosso, Elton Cartwright, Dele Kutsea, Jolene Cornelius, Mikina Talatiko, Philip Delaga, Jared Dos Santos, Jonathan Ells, Jared Fairweather, Carice Ferreira, Jared Fuller, Aiden Godfrey, Blake Godfrey, Rachel Krupis, Travis Mitchell, Kerry Herbs, Jonathan Isto, James Kelly, Karim Kok, Olivia Lag, Cornelia Rue, Slade Liverberg, Adrian Lowe, Henry Lowe, Tumelo Mahan, Silitemba Bata, Isabella McCollum, Ben McWilliam, Jess Vita, Bryce Mello, Hannah Nielsen, Morgan Forer, Taylor Forer, Edwin Phillips, Benjamin Splagner, Jakub Radomir, Carlo Raffle, Kenneth Renard, Tasman Robinson, William Ross, Million Shepherd, Samantha Straw, Ronan Terrell, Balotelli, Sven van der Linde, Darlu van der Merwe, Anand van Wensburg, Corné van Schalweer, Liam Perry, Riso Feta, Tori Ho, Rielo van Willem, Christine Vessels. In the category of aquatics underwater hockey, Jonathan Hobbs, Joseph Henning, Abraham Jetty, Pierre Hubert, Naldo Ko, Andrew Kotze, Franz Osterhuizen, Jonathan Princeton, Joshua Selfuente, Victor Felter. Right. Athletics, road running. Carol Kutsia. Ian Alstein. Chris Ferreira. Mushad Kamate. Herman Murray. Abraham van Niekerk. For track and field, Peace Adam Koon, Grace Tikur, Martinez Trupria, Chalet Ko, Marisol Clear, Caroline Lowe, Julia Yetling, Sorika Norkia, Carmi Princeton, Mornay van As, Lewis Williams, Zinton Zulu. For cricket, Matthew Host, Mary Brett, Kigalan Tasha, Kenty Proud, Alicia Rudolph, Robert Sim, Janko Smith, Thierry van der Jeuvel, Luco van der Waard, for gymnastics artistic, Ruan Lam. For hockey, Zina Abrams. Caleb Harris. Naked Brissett. Gabrielle Clark. Matthew Dwyer, Olivia Dillon, Liam Hart, Luane Jansen, Luke Lawrence, Elizabeth Porter, Taylor Ellis, Jack Warden, David Wex, Keelan Wex, for judo, Liane Chapo, for netball, Zane Bernstein, Isal Gray, Ilani Klopa, Regan Bennett, Caroline Paul, Nompa Rapalalani, Marichal Fasafi, and Jamie Post. Last but not least, the last category, Absentia for rugby,
Rochelle Duplessis, King Johannes, Renat Ludwig, David O'Connell, Emrys Papier, Sean Stierman, Rowan Swab, and Bernard van der Linde. Thank you. That concludes the awarding of the colors. I'll hand over now to Alice.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome Ovua back to stage and enjoy dessert, before the last major awards of the evening, where we'll also award 3 USN hampers, we kindly ask and plead with you that you remain throughout and continue to celebrate the incredible achievements of our student athletes as we honor their dedication and excellence. Do remember you have to stick around in order to win those last 3 final hampers. Ovua. ladies and gentlemen, reaching the final stretch of the night. Our annual awards are the highlights of our evening, where we honor the individual exceptional performances at the University of Pretoria. I'd love to call upon our Director of TuksSport, Mr. Stephen Paul, to represent these awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree with me that Miss... please join me on the front, Alice. So we often know Alice as the what we call her, the event host, the stadium announcer at our varsity rugby games, our varsity football games, and I think you all agree with me, she's done a phenomenal job this evening. And so Alice, we just want to say thank you from our side and from the team at TuksSport. Apparently, we have, where are they? They're on their way. We want to say thank you to our partner this evening, Pick a Rose, with a small token just to say thank you, Alice, to you. I know a year or two back you said to me one day you want to do this, and now you've had it 2 years in a row. So sorry, one day becomes 2 years in a row. But you've done a phenomenal job, and just thank you from our side. Thanks, Alice. So ladies and gentlemen, we are moving briskly to the end of the evening, and it's my honor to do the last few awards this evening. May I please ask the following individuals to join me on stage to do the awards. Mr. Kevin Lomax, the Senior President and Managing Director for South Africa from Wings Global Travel, and Mr. Khomotso Lechari, the Director of TuksSport. If you could please join me on stage. And I'm sure you'll agree, for those who don't know, our colleagues at TuksSport catered for us this evening, and I think it was a phenomenal meal, so thank you also to them. So, as what happened last year, we were very fortunate, and a couple of weeks, now maybe a month or two back, Kevin contacted us again and said you'd like to, from Wings Global Travel, to partner us again this evening, and specifically for the Coaches Awards. And so each winner of the Coaches Awards this evening will receive it's 10,000 Rand voucher, which they and their partners can use to their choice. So from our side, thank you so much to Wings and yourself, Kevin, for partnering with us again this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead with Coach of the Year for Individual Sports, and can I please ask Mr. Rocco Mayring to join me on stage. Championships. And his coaching legacy now includes 3 medal-winning swimmers and 2 world champions, a feat unmatched in local swimming history. At the 2025 World Championships, Peter Kutsia claimed 3 medals and Kayleen Corbett bronze, and Erin Gallagher also in the final. Yet, despite these achievements, Rocco always remains humble. When we received nominations, he was the first to nominate someone else. He says he's not a great coach, but he's just lucky to work with really talented athletes and has an amazing team of coaches that works with him on a day-to-day basis. So tonight we honor a coach whose quiet brilliance continues to shape South African swimming history. This year he also, at the South African Sports Awards, was also named South African Coach of the Year. And so it's only fitting that the TuksSport Coach of the Year for individual sports is Rocco Mayring. I didn't realize he brought his supporters with this evening, but ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask to the stage for Coach of the Year for Team Sports, Design Jacobs, to join us on stage. So 2025 marked a historic year for our Tuks Women Rugby 15s team, where they achieved several firsts and set new standards of excellence. The team proudly reached the finals of both the Varsity Cup and the USA tournament for the first time in the same year, and showcased their rise in university rugby. They've also successfully defended their title in the Blue Bulls Rugby Union Women's Carlton League, which they won for the first time last year. Under the leadership of their head coach, Design Jacobs, the team's success has been built on discipline, resilience, and and an unwavering commitment. Herself a former Bulls flanker, brings deep insight and passion to this role. And her coaching always centers on the development of players both on and off the field. And this season stands as testament to the team's growth and to Coach Lazan's inspiring leadership and belief in the power of the team. Congratulations, Coach of the Year, TuksSport, Lazan. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final 4 awards, I'd like to please call to stage a long-standing friend and partner of TuksSport, Best Med, who this evening is represented by Karen Pienaar, the Best Med sponsorship and CSI specialist, and to join her also this evening, our Vice Chancellor and Principal, Prof. Peterson, for the final awards this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the next 4 awards are all sponsored by Best Med. The finalists and the overall winner in each of the awards will also receive a prize, a financial prize from Best Med. And we just want to say thank you again to Best Med. This relationship is more than 10 years old. And ongoing. Recently, again, we were able to renew our sponsorship. And what's important about this partnership is that the funds that we receive aside for this evening goes directly towards the support of our student athletes to be able to access sports science and medical services and a variety of other aspects. So, Karen, if you could please pass on our gratitude to Leo and Madeleine and the entire team at Best Med. We really appreciate this partnership and relationship. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the finalists, and I will ask that, that as I call the names of the finalists, that they please come to the front, and at the end we will announce the overall winner. I know the first finalist is not here, but if I could ask perhaps someone from Netball on her behalf just to attend. So the first recipient is Poppy Nemantangari from Tux Netball. So Caroline, Leafa, thank you. BCom student athletes. Poppy as captain led the SPA Baby Proteas to beat Jamaica in a 3-0 in the series earlier this year. She further was also part of helping UP Tux 1 claim the bronze medal at the USA National Championships in 2025. Her greatest achievement, though, this year was captaining the SPA Baby Proteas at the Netball Youth World Cup in Gibraltar, which happened a few weeks ago. This was the first time that the South African team, was able to compete in this tournament, because the last edition was in 2019. Under her inspiring leadership and stand-up performance, the Baby Proteas achieved their best ever result, reaching the semi-finals and finishing in the top 4 for the first time in history. Poppy's passion, humility, and leadership set a powerful example for her teammates. One of our finalists, Poppy Nemantangari. Our next finalists, if I could please call Courtney Wesley and Catherine Williams, Kat, from Tux Rowing to the stage. UP students Catherine Williams and Courtney Wesley won a silver medal in the women's pairs rowing race during the World Student Games in Rhine this year. Through a fight till the end, they continued to decrease the distance to a mere 1.02 seconds. And what's notable is is that the crew that eventually finished in gold last year at the Olympics finished in 5th position. So them chasing down the Olympic finalists is no mean feat. Over the course of the year, they also represented the stripe generation at various USA regattas in different crews, as well as various other national competitions where they've claimed gold medals and various titles for Tux rowing. Their performances were also not unnoticed, as they were selected for the World Championships, however unable to attend for various reasons. With each of them bringing unique attributes to their pair, the value of hard work and team effort is crucial as they set examples for others to come. Courtney Wesley and Catherine Williams. Captain Caroline, right? Ladies and gentlemen, our final finalist, Colette Ace from Tux Athletics. This year, Colette had a special year where she won the bronze medal on the shot put at World University Games in Rhine-Ruhr. Second-year medical student, is one of the few female field athletes who compete in 3 of the 4 athletic throwing events. During the South African Championships, she achieved what very few athletes have done, medaling in all 3 of those events. She won gold in the shot put and discus and silver in the hammer throw, and at the USA Championships, she won all 3 of the events. It's also impressive to note that her improvements this year were significant, and this saw her being selected to represent the national team and achieve her full Protea colours at the World Championships in Tokyo. Colette continues to break barriers, and particularly for women in strength-based sports. Colette Ace. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce the 2025 Best Made Student Sportswoman of the Year is Colette Ace. Congratulations, ladies. It's now my pleasure to present the Best Made Student Sportsman of the Year Award. And I'd like to congratulate from Tux Basketball. B.Ed student Alan's presence on the basketball court is unmistakable. Through his relentless energy and unwavering commitment. It feels like my data is running out here. He consistently gives more, embodying the spirit of dedication and teamwork. As captain of the Tux 3-on-3 basketball team at the USA Championships, Alan guided his team to a hard-fought final against UJ. The match ended in a silver medal, the team's best performance. Alan was also selected to represent South Africa at the 2025 World University Games in Germany, his second appearance at a World University Games. This year he also played in the BNL in South Africa. His courage and selflessness has not gone unnoticed. Finalist Alan Ameja. Recipient is not able to attend. If I could maybe ask one of the hockey colleagues and sort of teammates to please join on stage, if they don't mind. Calvin Davis from Tux Hockey. Thank you for Tux for doing so. A true embodiment of leadership and excellence, Calvin Davis left an indelible mark on Tux Hockey. He played in 3 USA finals, captaining the team to victory in the last 2. In the USA final, he led the team to an unforgettable comeback against Marties, which saw the Tux team overturn a 4-1 half-time deficit to triumph in a dramatic penalty shootout, as he led by example, and he always plays with utmost commitment when he puts on the stripes. Beyond Tux, Calvin has continued to represent the various national structures, including the SA Proteas side, at various international competitions. Just last week, he represented the Proteas at the African Cup, where the Proteas team came back victorious. We honour a captain, a teammate, and a Tux champion, Calvin Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, the final finalist in the Student Sportsman of the Year, Peace Adedokum from Tux Athletics. Final year information sciences student Peace has seen a leap in performance, no pun intended, over the last 2 years. He has improved his personal best by 1.22 meters. During the South African Under-23 National Champs, he claimed the silver medal. Peace was crowned the South African Senior Triple Jump Champion in 2025. He is also the South African Student Champion, claiming gold at the USA National Champs. Having started quite late in his school career with triple jump, he and his coach believe that the magical 17-meter mark is on the cards in the near future as he continues to work on his technique and improvement. Peace Adedokum. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Best Made Student Sportsman of the Year is Calvin Davis. Awards for the evening. We will be awarding the Best Made Sportsman of the Year and the Best Made Sportswoman of the Year. And we'll start with the Sportsman of the Year finalists. So if I can please ask Timothy Mewson to join us from Tux Judo. Attest for that, because whenever I see him to be walking in the corridors down the bottom here, I see him coming from some other training session. A passionate and disciplined athlete, he trains 3 times a day, 6 days a week, relentlessly pursuing his dream. At the African Senior Championships, Timothy earned a bronze medal in the under 81 kg division. He followed this with gold medal at the African Open Cup right here in this hall in July this year. He's won numerous South African titles across different weight classes over the last year. Despite limited international exposure, Timothy remains focused and determined. but he believes that it's the support around him makes him a proud Tuks judoka. So his perseverance, humility, and the spirit of South African sport drives him forward continuously. Timothy Newson. Our second finalist of the year, Peter Kutsia. Exemplifies the power of discipline and perseverance. Peter made history at the World Championships this year, becoming only the second South African swimmer in history to win 3 medals at a single World Championships. He claimed silver in the 50-meter backstroke, silver in the 200-meter backstroke, and his crowning glory came in winning the 100-meter. In just 7 days, Peter shattered the African records multiple times. His excellence was also on show at the World University Games this year, where he won gold in both the 50 and 100-meter backstroke and silver in the 100-meter freestyle, and dominated the South African Championships with 5 golds. His achievements have not only elevated South African swimming, but has also inspired the next generation of athletes. Peter Kutsia. Unfortunately, the next finalist is not able to be here this evening. Could I please ask one of the people from Tuks Rugby to join us on stage, who can take it on Zander's behalf. Zander Reyners from Tuks Rugby. Edwin, Dr. Till, if you don't mind joining us on stage. As the saying goes, once a Tukkie, always a Tukkie. Zander completed his computer engineering degree in December last year. In a newspaper interview, Zander praised the Tuks EBIT faculty for the difference they made in his life. While studying, he played as a centre for Tuks, where he made his debut for the UP Tuks first team in 2022. Also the year that they won the Varsity Cup. He made his debut a few days after completing his computer engineering degree at UP. He joined the Blitzbox, and he made his debut for the Blitzbox last year in December in Cape Town. By July this year, he had already represented the box in 6 different tournaments, and he was part of the Springbok Sevens rugby team that won the HSBC World Championships in Los Angeles. Zander has not forgotten where it all began. Many don't know that Zander actually started within the Corsair's rugby and was identified there and came through into the club structure and now playing Blitzbox. According to him, getting the opportunity to play for Tuks enabled him to hone his skills as a player. Zander Reyners. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to announce the Best Med Sportsman of the Year for 2025 is Peter Kutsia. Sportswoman of the Year Award for 2025. And ask that the first finalist, Kamofelo Maseko, to please come to stage and Tuks Netball. Kamofelo exemplifies the spirit of determination and grit. Her of many Player of the Match accolades across all the different competitions that she competes in. As a key player for the Jaguars in the Telkom League, Kamogelo, a UP Tuks student athlete, also proudly represented Tuks Netball at the USA Nationals. Over the course of the year, she has represented the SPAR Proteas, the senior team, in various matches and tournaments, including Jamaica in January, as well as the 2025 Vitality Netball Cup, and more recently in the Test Series versus New Zealand and Australia down under. Her winning mentality is matched by her ability to bring composure and strategic playmaking to the court. Kamogelo not only displays her skill, but also her character and inspiration that she brings to the sport of netball. Kamogelo Maseko. Ladies and gentlemen, the next recipient is Shanae Duplessis. Unfortunately, she's not here this evening. If I could please ask the representative from Tuks Athletics to join us on stage on her behalf. Shanae Duplessis etched her name into South African athletics history by becoming only the 6th South African woman to run 800 meters in under 2 minutes. Her time at Pilditch March was followed by an even more remarkable time at the South African Championships, securing her place as the 4th fastest South African woman ever. Shanae qualified her for the World Championships in Tokyo. At the National Champs, she claimed the silver in both the 800 meters and 1500 meters events, and that was on the same day. Internationally, she competed in 7 races, finishing 2nd and 3rd in various instances, and placed 6th in the 800 final at the World University Games. 5th-year medical student, her improvements over the past 3 years is a testament to her dedication, her talent, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Shanae Duplessis. The final finalist for the evening, Kayleen Corbett from TuksSport, to the stage. When the moment calls, UP Tuks alumni Kayleen Corbett answers with courage, determination, and world-class performance. At the 2025 World Swimming Championships in Singapore, Kayleen once again earned her full South African Protea colours. However, she went on to claim the bronze medal in the 200-metre breaststroke event, a testament to her grit and competitive spirit. Her journey to the podium was anything but predictable. At the South African Champs, she quietly secured the qualification, and in the final, Kayleen displayed remarkable tenacity, moving from 5th at the 50-metre mark to joint 3rd at the finish, clocking at 2:23.52. Since 2019, Kayleen has consistently represented South Africa in the finals at the Olympics, the World Champs, and Commonwealth Games. Her resilience and excellence continue to inspire the next generation as Kayleen proves that she can rise to the occasion when it matters most. Kayleen Corbett. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Best Made Sportswoman of the Year 2025 is... Consider the depth of talent that we saw this evening on stage. It's a true privilege for us to be in this institution, in this department. To think that across both the student sports men and women as well as the sportsmen and women, student athletes and alumni that have proven that whilst it may not be easy, they find a way to balance the demands that comes with it. So from our side, on behalf of TuksSport, to all the finalists and to all of those who may not have been called this evening, you all form part of a very special family as TuksSport. And as I wrap up, I would just personally like to say thank you to the team behind the scenes this evening. There's been a team of TuksSport staff and colleagues that for a number of weeks now have been having regular meetings, have been regular engagements, making sure that this evening could be something that we could celebrate, and we could celebrate it in the fashion in which the athletes and coaches and teams deserve. So from our side to the colleagues, thank you. I'm not going to mention people by name, you all know who's involved, but a huge thank you for what you do for sport here at UP, and in particular what you did for this evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful evening further.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Hall. Indeed, what an outstanding display of performance and commitment from our athletes, administrators, and coaches. Their hard work and passion continues to raise the bar for sporting excellence. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we reach the final stretch, it is now time to give away one last time our 3 USN hampers, recipient 43. 43! Recipient 150. Same at the back. 150. Recipient 203. Oh, the final one is 203. All 3 in a row. We don't have to call multiple times. What a way to wrap up the evening. A huge thank you goes out to USA. Ladies and gentlemen, as your program director tonight, I would like to conclude the night by doing a few special thank yous. I'd firstly like to thank our Principal and Vice Chancellor, Professor Francis Peterson, and the UP leadership. To our partner and collaborator, BestMed, for their ongoing support towards TuksSport and our high-performance program. To both BestMed and Wings Naledi for the prizes of our special awards. To Pick a Rose, the roses for our national representatives. To Aquila, Spa, Puma, USN for the lucky draw hampers. Thank you indeed. To Aquila and Meth and Co for sponsorship of the drinks and keeping us hydrated this evening. To MedMed for being on standby tonight. And of course to all our sponsors that carry the clubs throughout the year. Thank you. Without you, performances like this would not be possible. To our entertainers of the evening, UP Ovua Cultural Ensemble. You guys tonight were exceptionally brilliant. To AJR Audio, yes, you can give them a round of applause. To AJR Audio for sound, lighting, and production, it's been incredible. Zill Management for the beautiful decor tonight. To the High Performance Center for catering and transport, and of course to our behind-the-scenes operations and always willing to assist. And finally, to all TuksSport members, staff members who helped make this event possible, thank you for your passion, dedication, and excellence in bringing this prestigious event to life. Ladies and gentlemen, from your program director, it is good night, goodbye, tot ziens, hambani gaje. See you next time.